Hello and welcome back. My name is Chris Miller, and in today's tutorial, we're going to cover everything that we've learned up until this point and try to put this into real practice by putting together a portfolio page. Okay. Now, if you haven't watched any of the videos up into this one, I do highly encourage you checking those out. We've been walking through a lot of the WordPress basics here when it comes to theme development, and we're about to apply everything that we learned and put it into practice in building a page, okay? Now, forewarning, the page is not going to look pretty, and this is going to be freestyle, okay? So the main purpose of this is to grab all of the knowledge that we've built over the course of this series and focus on the functionality, all right? Function over form on this one. Typically, I would say the other way around, but because we've been focusing on function on this one, let's focus on that. So let's flip over to the back end of WordPress, and let's just go ahead and start with a clean slate. We're going to move all of our pages to the trash. And what we want to do is we want to create a portfolio page, and we're just going to list out a couple of items here. Now, I'm going to do a very crude way of doing that by adding multiple groups of fields. In future videos, we're going to explore how to do that with like a repeater field or in a more flexible manner. But so what we're going to do is we're going to add a new page. And we're going to call this page portfolio. And let's just hit publish. Oh, that's right. We have this text field from a previous video. We'll just hit test for now just to give it a value. And there we go. Okay, so let's flip down here to custom fields. And we're going to edit our existing field group pages, which we added in a previous video. And we're going to delete that. Hit update. We're going to start fresh. So let's see. If we have a portfolio, one of our portfolio items is probably going to have a title, maybe a category, description, maybe an image, and we'll stop there. Okay. So let's go ahead and add these. Let's say title. It's going to be a text field. We're going to collapse that by hitting the edit button, duplicate. And we're going to say category. And I just did a shift tab and a tab just to clear out that field there, or a tab delete, shift tab to clear that field out because that field auto-populates itself based on the title. All right. Add field. And we're going to say description. And we're going to add field there and say media. Now this time, though, we're going to change the field type to be image, all right? And the return format that we're going to get back is image array, but we can choose to just return the image URL or the image ID. What's good about the image array here in ACF is that it's going to give us the alt text and some other information about the image, which is good. All right, we're going to leave everything else default here. We're going to close the field. Go ahead and hit update. Let's take a look at what we have available to us in terms of field types here in the free version of ACF. All right, yeah, our repeater there and our flex is, they're both not available to us. What we could do is we could use our group, but we're not going to do that on this video. We're just going to keep it pretty straightforward there. Matter of fact, we might even pivot a little bit here. So update, post type is equal to page. That's great. We are going to scroll down here. We do want to hide the content editor because we're not going to be using that anymore. So let's come over here to our page, portfolio. Okay, great. Let's collapse the comments there. So here are the fields that we just created over in ACF, and we declared that we wanted to hide that content editor so we don't see that anymore. I mentioned that I want to pivot on this one because instead of having a single portfolio page and then showing multiple items within that, we're going to, for this demonstration, just have portfolio 1, portfolio 2, and portfolio 3. And then if we wanted to, we can nest those 3 underneath a main portfolio page. So let's go ahead and do portfolio 1. And we're going to edit our slug, which is going to be our URL. And we'll call this portfolio 1. We'll say the category is website. And let's just go grab some placeholder text here. Good old trusty generator. Paste that in. Add image. Let's also go to Unsplash. And let's just say, well, let's do mountains. Sure. Here we go. Love these here. Let's go ahead and give some credit here to, is it Rohit? Rohit Tandon? I might be butchering that. I apologize. All right. So let's go ahead and download a medium size image there. And we would normally want to compress this if we're going to go live with it. And there are other great plugins out there that sort of automate all that for you, but that's going to be a different video. So we can click and we can drag and drop the file that we just downloaded. And we haven't covered the media library yet, but we could fill in lots of great details here. I do suggest filling in the alt text always. So we're going to say, let's see, large mountain, if I can spell correctly, with a snow cap and clouds above. I think that's good. All right, and we're going to select that, and we're going to hit update. All right. Now, one thing before we move on, the description field here is this long sort of small single text field, or single maybe is the bad word to use, but it's not the ideal field to use for larger text. So we're going to go back to custom fields to pages here, and we're going to edit the description, and we're going to change the text to either text area or WYSIWYG, right? Text area, we could demonstrate this. If we hit update, let's open up pages in a new tab. Click here. Text area is going to give us a large text area that has no formatting options. But if we wanted formatting options, we can do that by updating the description field, coming down here to WYSIWYG editor, hitting update, and then refreshing the page again, and then there we go. So totally up to you on which approach you want to take there. I want to take the approach of just a regular text editor. So we're going to flip this back. Or I'm sorry, text area. And refresh. There we go. Okay. So let's go over to pages again. And there's a great plugin out there that gives you the ability to duplicate pages. So we're going to go ahead and go to plugins and say duplicate page. And let's see, I believe I think the avatar may have changed. Let's try this one. All right, activate pages. Okay, now we have this duplicate this option. So let's duplicate that. It saved it as a draft. Let's hit quick edit. We'll update this to 2. And we'll hit publish, update. Duplicate that. Quick edit. I want to do 3. Publish, update. Okay, and if we click through to any one of these, we can see that it has in fact updated everything. We are going to change this to match the title above, right? So 3. Come back, go to portfolio to item 2, update that one to 2. All right, and now we're going to add a new page and call this portfolio. and hit publish. Okay. Now, what we can do is we can quick edit and we could change the parent to be portfolio for all of these. Right? So they're all nested underneath portfolio. And now we want to go to appearance, menus, and some of these don't exist anymore, so we want to remove those. All right, and we're going to click, let's just select all, add here, and we're going to shuffle these underneath, just like that. Okay. All right, now if we go to the front end of our site, we can see that the main navigation that we had built before is already outputting, so that's good. And if we click through, we're getting hello world on every single one of the pages. So that must have been from something we previously did. So let's go check that out. Click on index.php, and we do in fact have hello world hard-coded there. So let's go ahead and add PHP, the title. We're going to add a paragraph, and we're going to open up PHP and say the field. And the field that we want is category. Let's go ahead and copy all of this and update this to now say description. And for the media, what we probably want to do is say ACF media field. No, this is not the right one. Let's see, ACF media. That's not the right one either. All right, what am I looking for? It definitely is, oh, image. Silly, silly, silly. Let's close out of that, close out of that. Close out of these. All right, ACF image. All right. So there's an example down here, template usage. And this isn't something that we've went super deep in yet, but the ACF documentation, which is really great, will tell you what every field can do and then how you can use it. So down below, this is showing you how you can get field image. You're storing that in a variable, and then you're storing what size you want. And then the options can be thumbnail, medium, large, full. And then what this is doing is using a built-in WP get attachment image, and it's passing in those two arguments there, or variables. But that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is what we're seeing here, and we actually might continue to scroll down. Let's get rid of this cookie there. We'll continue to scroll down. Yes, this is what I want to use. Now, we're going to, we're going to hack this one up a bit. That is a lot. It's great. It shows you the power in it, but can also be a little overwhelming. Yeah, we're just going to copy this, and we're going to paste it in, but we're going to remove a bunch of this stuff. So, yeah, we want those. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Let's not do the caption for now. We're going to get rid of this as well. There's another. You know, I'll tell you what, that was a bad idea. Okay. Let's go this route instead. We'll grab We'll grab the short and skinny one. So opening up PHP, we are doing something a little different here. So instead of the field, which is going to just output the information, we're going to get field, which is not going to output it. It's going to return it to us, and then we're going to need to store that in a variable and do something with it. So we're going to get media, which was the name of the field. Let's just go ahead and update this to media. Let's go ahead and update all of our instances to say media. And create a little bit of space there. And so if our media is not empty, okay, we're going to output this image tag and we're going to give it the values. This is really important because if the user or the admin or content author doesn't set the field, then we're going to have a blank image tag, which is not going to be good for SEO or site performance or all that good stuff. It won't be valid HTML either. So what we're going to do here is check to make sure that we actually have something. And we're going to output on line 12 the image. And we're going to echo, it's escaping the URL, which is a function that's provided to us by WordPress for security there. And you can see that we're using the variable, and the variable is actually an array. So what this is doing is it's grabbing it's saying that we want to get the value in this array that's associated with the key URL. Okay, so we're going to output the URL here for the source. And then for alt text, do the same thing. So we're going to output, or we're going to get the alt text, and we're going to echo that there on this image attribute. So hopefully I did some justice in explaining that. I know that's a bit of a tongue twister there. So let's go back to the front end and let's go to portfolio 1. Okay, I warned you at the beginning, it's not going to look pretty, but we're focusing on outputting the information at hand. So portfolio 1, all right, that is our title, right? That's our page title. Website, that's the category that we gave it in the back end. Description is in fact our description. So again, we have category and description. And then we have our media, right? And then, so this is the mountains that we just grabbed from Unsplash. If we want to add a class of, say, category, can't type, and add a class of, I cannot type tonight, description, and hit refresh. Let's take a look on the front end. Did I mess something up? I sure did. I missed that. Okay. Then we can see here that we have our category and our description. Great. And then over here, we can also see that we have our image, and there is the URL that we got from our ACF field. And then we can see the alt text there as well. Large mountain with a snow cap and clouds above. Wow, I misspelled clouds. Incredible. Okay, so that was a lot to cover in this video. Hopefully you found value in it. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. And if you have a suggestion for a future video, please consider dropping a comment in the section below.